You need to hear this before it's too late. The third week of April holds a portal that was meant for you. An ancient alignment is reawakening. Eclipses stirring shadows, Mercury spinning backward into truth. And something deep within you is rising. This isn't confusion. It's initiation. Have you felt the tremble in your chest? The stillness before something breaks open? This week, your soul will be shaken, and what comes next will change everything. I'll explain why in a moment. But first, you must breathe. You might be feeling drained, and that's not just in your head. There's a heaviness in the air, isn't there? Like you're holding your breath, waiting for something to make sense. The anxiety, the fog, the sudden waves of emotion. You're not imagining it. This week's energy is stirring something deep within you, something ancient, sacred, and ready to be seen. You might feel like crying for no reason, like isolating, like everything familiar suddenly feels foreign. But hear this, you are not broken. You are not behind. You are responding, intuitively, energetically, to a powerful shift that's unfolding in the cosmos and within your spirit. Your body knows. Your soul remembers. This is more than emotion. It's transformation. You are being prepared for what's coming next. And it starts with how you feel right now. The skies are not silent this week. They are roaring with purpose. In the third week of April, the cosmos opens a rare and electrifying portal. At the center of this energy is the full Pink Moon Eclipse in Scorpio, drenched in the waters of the unseen. And just beneath that lunar veil, Mercury is retrograding through Aries, unearthing old truths with fiery intensity. This is not an ordinary week. This is a soulquake. The eclipse is a cosmic mirror, pulling back the curtain on your hidden emotions, your unspoken needs, your forgotten power. Scorpio doesn't whisper. It pierces. It dives into the places you've buried things, asking, are you finally ready to feel this, to face this, to free this? And as Mercury retrogrades, it's not just technology or communication being disrupted, it's your perception of the past. Old wounds resurface, not to haunt you, but to liberate you. Words you never said may bubble up. Decisions you thought were final may now unravel. This week, time bends, reality stutters, and energy flows like sacred fire through the cracks of your old identity. Have you noticed the signs already? Sudden shifts in your relationships, vivid dreams, déjà vu that chills your skin. This is not chaos. This is alchemy. The universe is weaving a sacred confrontation, a moment where the light and shadow dance in full view. This eclipse doesn't ask who you were. It demands to know who you're becoming. And the truth? You've been waiting for this moment far longer than you know. There is one thing you must avoid this week, one mistake that could block the very transformation your soul has been asking for. Do not cling to what is crumbling. I'll say that again. Do not cling to what is crumbling. Right now, the universe is shaking loose everything that is not aligned with your truth. That relationship you're second-guessing. That path that suddenly feels hollow. The version of yourself you've outgrown. It's not falling apart by accident. It's falling apart because something greater is trying to rise. But here's the danger. If you resist this unraveling, if you grip onto the familiar out of fear, you'll trap yourself in a loop of suffering. If you silence your truth to keep the peace, you could miss the breakthrough that's trying to reach you. This week's eclipse energy isn't gentle. It's raw, emotional, and unrelenting. But it's also deeply intelligent. It knows exactly what needs to go and what's ready to be born. So if you've already reacted out of fear, if you snapped at someone, shut down, avoided your feelings, breathe. You haven't ruined anything. There is still time. You are still on path. But now, you must choose differently. Choose honesty over avoidance. Choose release over control. Because when you surrender to this moment, when you let go of the old timeline with open hands, you create space for the blessing that's been circling you, waiting for you to be ready. This is not punishment, it's preparation. This is not chaos, it's course correction. And the more you fight it, the more painful it becomes. But if you lean in, if you trust, this week could unlock a destiny you've only glimpsed in dreams. So, if you're wondering, what do I do with all of this energy? Here's where you begin. These aren't just spiritual rituals. They're sacred instructions for aligning your inner world with the cosmic current flowing all around you. In the chaos of eclipse energy, silence becomes your sanctuary. Light a candle, turn off the noise, sit with yourself, even if only for 5 minutes. Your soul is speaking, but you won't hear it if you're constantly filling the space. The messages coming through now are subtle, symbolic, and sacred. Listen without expectation. Just be. This eclipse in Scorpio is about purging. Truths long buried are rising to be seen, and then cleared. Take a pen and paper and write, I now release. Then let it all pour out. Old stories, shame, doubt, attachments that no longer nourish you. This is not a list. It's a ritual. Burn the paper if it feels right. Watch the smoke rise like a prayer. Mercury retrograde may distort communication, but that doesn't mean you should stay silent. This is the perfect moment to clarify what's been misunderstood, first to yourself, and then, if guided, to others. Let your words be honest, tender, and intentional. Truth clears karma. And this week is all about karmic release. Scorpio rules the veil between worlds, and right now, it's thin. Light incense. Call in your guides. Ask for clarity in dreams. Your intuition is heightened under this lunation, and you are not navigating this alone. Help is already around you, but you must invite it. This transformation is cellular, soul deep. Your body might need more sleep, more water, more gentleness. Don't fight that. Rest is not laziness, it's integration. It's how you embody the light codes coming through. Each of these actions isn't about perfection. They're about presence. You're not here to control this week's energy. You're here to partner with it. And when you do, the shifts that unfold won't just be cosmic, they'll be life-changing. This week, you will be tested, not in the way the world tests you, but in the way the universe refines you. You might think you're regressing. You might feel like old wounds are resurfacing just when you thought you had healed. An ex might reach out. A memory you buried might come rushing back. You may find yourself face to face with that old fear, that old reaction, that old version of you that you swore you left behind. But hear me, this is not a setback, it's a sacred test. This is the moment the cosmos asks, are you really done with this? Not just in your words, but in your choices. Will you react the way you used to? Will you shrink, numb out, blame yourself? Or will you pause, breathe, and choose something entirely new? This eclipse is a crossroads, and every trigger is a torch, illuminating the path ahead. You may feel overwhelmed. You may want to shut down. You may be tempted to reach for what once comforted you, even if it hurt you. But that is the trap. That's the loop you've been breaking. The spiritual test is not whether you feel pain. It's whether you let that pain write the same old story, or finally set you free from it. Remember, growth doesn't always feel graceful. Sometimes it feels like grief, like loss, like confusion. But these are the signs that you're leaving behind an identity that no longer fits. You're not falling apart, you're falling into alignment. So when the old energy knocks, don't invite it back in. Greet it with awareness. Thank it for the lesson. And then, close the door. You're not who you were. And this week is your chance to prove it to yourself. You're not being punished. You're being asked to rise. And even if it feels like the same storm, you're not the same person walking through it. This is the choice point, and your soul already knows the answer. And then something shifts, a crack of light through the darkness, a breath you didn't know you were holding, finally released. Not all at once, but in sacred fragments. A memory softens, a truth lands. A part of you whispers, "I'm ready." This is the breakthrough. Because the chaos, the discomfort, the emotional storms, they weren't signs you were breaking down. They were signs you were breaking open. The eclipse didn't come to destroy you. It came to return you to yourself, to strip away the noise, the masks, the survival stories, until only your essence remained. Do you feel it now? That flicker in your chest, that quiet certainty, the knowing that something deep within you has shifted, and there's no going back. Here is the revelation. You are never lost. This week isn't about finding the light. It's about realizing you are the light. Every trigger was an invitation. Every tear was a cleansing. Every moment of confusion was a rewiring of your inner compass. And now, something ancient awakens. The version of you that remembers your purpose, your voice, your power. The one who doesn't need to chase, because they already are. Can you feel that future self reaching for you now? The cosmos has cleared space. The veil is thin. The path is ready. And all that's left is for you to step through. Not with fear, but with fire. Not as the person you were, but as the soul you were always meant to become. Now take a breath with me. A deep one, in through the nose and out through the heart. You've moved through a lot just by listening. Energetically, emotionally, spiritually, you've just crossed a threshold. And now, it's time to land. This is the part so many forget. Integration. The moment after the breakthrough, where your soul says, "Be still. Let this settle." You don't need to act immediately. You don't need to figure everything out. What you need is presence. Maybe you feel raw, tender, wide open. That's okay. That means the energy is working with you. That means your spirit is responding, unfolding, becoming. So let yourself be soft right now. Make tea. Journal without structure. Lay under the sky and just be. Let the messages of this week echo through your silence. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And everything you've felt, every surge, every shadow, every spark, has been part of your soul's sacred unraveling. Trust that the shifts are already happening beneath the surface. Trust that your willingness to feel, to listen, to show up, is more than enough. You don't have to force this healing. You just have to allow it. Let this be your gentle landing. Let this be your sacred pause. And remember, your soul chose this moment, this week, this portal, because you are ready, and you are not alone. If this touched something inside you, if you felt seen, or held, or simply not alone, I invite you to share your experience in the comments. Your story might be the light someone else needs to find their way. And if your soul is calling for more moments like this, more guidance, more truth, more cosmic insight, feel free to subscribe. This is a space for the seekers, the sensitives, the ones who feel the shifts before they're spoken. You're not walking this path alone. We rise together. One alignment, one awakening, one breath at a time.